Hi, everyone. Welcome to SEEN, the Spiritual and Extraterrestrial Experiencers Network. My name is Donna M. Atwood, and I'm the founder of SEEN. And before we get into today's topic, I would just like to thank you so much for spending your time with me. I know there's a lot of places and a lot of things, that you could be doing, and I just would like to say thank you so much. I really do appreciate it. So today we're just going to briefly discuss how anomalous experiences take time to understand. This is one of the things that frustrated me so much as an experiencer. I would say for oh gosh, probably the first 10 years in particular were very very frustrating. After this was following my what I refer to as a spiritual awakening experience, followed then by the dark night of the soul and an entire initiation sequence of events. That's been how I've come to understand it. But everybody's experiences are different, and I would not, just because I've had those experiences that I view as being those which I've described, that does not mean that that's what happens to everybody. And here's the thing that I did learn the hard way. It's that trying to rush understanding about what's happening and why it's happening and who's doing it, well, at least for me and for other experiencers I've spoken with, actually leads to the wrong conclusions. So what I've learned the hard way is that it's important to just become sort of oriented before trying to interpret what has been happening or is continuing to happen even. I have experiences to this day. I didn't understand early on what was happening, but I did eventually come to understand after many, many years that I am a channel for the divine realm. And so I do hear from that realm every day, but it took me a long, long time to understand what was going on. And in my case, I'm just speaking from the heart and just sharing with you what happened to me. So I hope this helps you. I have a degree in psychology, actually. And so when I started hearing things and seeing things that other people around me were not, naturally, I assumed sort of the worst, that something was really wrong, that I was mentally unstable. And it really, in fact, that was not at all what was happening. I was just unsteady after having had a 50-minute close encounter with one of those plasmas, those orbs of light that are filled with plasma, electrified plasma, and people call them all kinds of names, anything from the spiritual to the UAP. But that's what I encountered, and it was literally a 50-minute encounter, so almost an hour, and I was pretty close to it, and it really, really did impact my nervous system. And so the point of my story and of bringing this discussion, to all of you is to I'm encouraging you to please consider, if you've had a very strange experience that feels supernatural, it might feel deeply spiritual, it might feel extraterrestrial, or something along those lines. Please allow yourself time to just get oriented that something happened, something anomalous happened, and give it time. Give yourself time. If you have a close encounter like I did, and the longer it goes, the more it can impact your nervous system. So it's important to be gentle with yourself and to give yourself that time that you need to come to understand, what's really, really, really happening. Another quick example I can give you is that because I am clairaudient, I do channel, I receive messages very often from the divine realm. And I was receiving sentences that I didn't quite understand the meaning, and I've learned to just wait. And I finally did come to understand yesterday what they've been trying to say to me for many weeks. And they were actually, just trying to give me a heads up on a situation. So, and that was truly a blessing. I mean, I feel truly blessed to know that I'm being watched over and guided. There's really nothing more beautiful than that. So, so anyway, I just, I hope that this helps you understand that these mysterious, anomalous things that happen to a lot of people, actually, it's kind of the higher powers way of helping us grow personally, spiritually. It strengthens us. And whether you call that higher power the universe or God or nature or whatever it is, I'm very respectful of people's beliefs. I personally refer to this as Father God or Mother Father God, or Adonai, but it could be different for other people. And again, I really do respect that. Um, it just is very strengthening. And ultimately, I have found even the things that seemed very scary were actually quite beneficial and ended up being a blessing. So I do sincerely hope that this helps some of the newer experiencers, especially, or those who've maybe had some experiences over several years and have been grappling with it. Those of us who've gone, a little further into the journey, um, I think it's really important that we reach out and help people. And that's just my whole goal here is to hopefully help at least one person out there. So, again, my name is Donna M. Atwood. I'm the founder of SEEN, the Spiritual and Extraterrestrial Experiencers Network. And again, I thank you so much for spending your time with me. Take care. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.